Hello, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Peaches and Tea. I'm here with none other than Faithiana.
Hey.
All right, so Faith, a lot of women out there wanted us to bring back the podcast. We brought it back last week with Gianna, but we wanted to get to know you more and how your journey here at the Peach Bar has been. So we're
Okay.
going to shoot some questions your way. You shoot some my way. We're just vibing out for the day. First question, Faith. What was your first impression when you started managing the Peach Bar? Did you know what you were getting into?
I feel like I had kind of an idea, but not like a full idea, because like obviously like
Yeah.
I've seen you like how you work through it all, and like you kind of like would show me here and there like bits and pieces, but I wasn't expecting, I feel like, everything. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot more to it than you would think.
Right. I think like people get into it. I think also like a lot of you hear like the stuff that happens behind the scenes and you're like, oh, this bitch is lying. Like that
No,
is
literally.
crazy. Like no one would ever act like that. And I think you witnessed it firsthand, like when I was having a meeting with a waxer and like how
Yeah,
she
oh
was
my
like,
God.
I was like, hey, can we have a discussion? Like, are we here to talk? And she's like, what do you want to do? Argue? And you're like, and you like
I
gave me the
literally
look.
was shocked. I was just like, no way, like they actually like act like this. Like, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, like they always do. And I just think like you now being behind the scenes get to see like the craziness that adults
Yeah.
sometimes act.
Yeah, no,
So,
like it's honestly like it's like a whole different like world. Like seeing them from like a front desk POV, then like seeing them in like a meeting POV, it's like two completely different people, which is like
yeah,
very crazy.
be honest. Honesty is the key. What's the hardest part about working under me? Like, because I know I'm hard. Like, I
Yeah.
know I'm hard just because I'm like, but I think because I'm Capricorn, I don't know how to be less than perfect, if that makes sense.
No, I get that. I'm a Capricorn too.
Yeah, so
But I feel like the hardest thing is like for me is just like not exceeding like your expectations. I feel like
yeah,
that's the hardest thing. I feel like you have like such a big vision for like the peach bar that I don't want to like fall short on that. But then it's
correct.
also like I want to meet like your expectations, but then it's also like being a manager, you're kind of in the middle, so you also want to keep like the team happy too. So I feel
Yeah,
like that would be like the hardest thing.
I know. I feel so bad because I don't know how to turn it off sometimes. Like sometimes I do understand like when it comes to like call outs and like lates and stuff like that, sometimes I'm like, oh, like I get that point. Like I was younger before, I overdrank and stuff like that. But when it comes
Yeah.
to like answering phones and the front desk, I feel like I'm a lot harder on my front desk than I am my waxers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that, but then again, it's like a lot of it also is like up to the front desk too. Like I feel like more than people think.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes the front desk just they like relax way too much. Like
I agree. I agree. I feel
they
like
just be bullshitting.
they just like lack like urgency. I feel like
Yes,
that's like the
that's what it
word.
is.
You know what I mean? Like there's no like I feel like me, I'm a very like I need to do this, I need to do that.
Yeah,
Whereas sometimes I'm looking and I'm like, guys, why are we not like running? Like you guys are just like they take like their sweet time sometimes and I'm like,
I
guys,
know. While you and I will be like cleaning the bathroom, we hear the phone ring and we're like running towards it. While they'll hear the phone ring and they're just like, "Oh."
la da
You're
dee,
like,
la da
let's
da.
go, move it.
No,
Oh,
literally.
yeah, I think it's hard. From your point of view, what's one thing most people don't understand about managing the peach bar?
I feel like what I said before, like there's a lot more than like you think it is. And it's
Yeah,
like also like there's two floors to the peach bar, so it's like you're trying to make sure both floors are like on the same level and like on the same page. But like behind the scenes, like there's so much work. Like
yeah.
there's so much more work than like I feel like people could like see. Like it's like, oh, it's just like a waxing center, like easy, like you're just making sure waxes are good. Like no, like it's not just that.
I think also people don't understand is like we work 24/7, right? Like we're both messaging
Yeah.
each other on Sunday. Like, okay, how's your day? How's your day? Okay, now jump into work mode. Like, okay,
Yeah,
are they booked up? Erica, should I do a flash sale? What flash sale should I do? Stuff like that. So I think that's
exactly.
hard. And I think girls don't understand, like, you're constantly working, like, you're really, really working.
No, yeah,
So,
like I feel like the second I get home, like I'm still like I can't even nap. Like what if they need to call me for something? I'm like,
and they do call a lot.
oh yeah, there was one time I was sleeping and my phone rang like 3 times and I woke up and I was just like, guys.
And it's like the simplest question. Sometimes I wish they would
Yeah,
just act and then send me a message like, hey, this is what I did. If I'm going to get in trouble, then I get in trouble. But this is the
yeah.
decision I made versus me having to answer all their questions.
No, I
Because there's sometimes
definitely
I'm like hands down in a vagina, and they're just like putting and like my watch
yeah.
is vibrating on them. Like, sweetie, like this
And
is
I
no
feel like they
happy
don't
ending.
realize that like we also have like outside lives. So like we're not gonna answer like right away. So don't blow up
Mm-hmm.
the phone. Like we'll see it when we see it. But like you're
Yeah.
working. Let's say I have off like Saturdays. I'm usually out with like my family. Like sometimes we can't get there right away. All right,
All right.
Erica.
Go ahead.
What made you trust me to take on such a big leadership role?
I still ask myself that question every day. No, I think I think watching you at the Peach Bar, you're always striving for more, and I think you always kept asking me, "What more can I do? What more can I do? What more can I
Mhm.
do?" And that led me to like kind of give you more of a responsibility because I think you were so stagnant in the life that you had that you were just like, "I'm bored. What else?" And instead of
Yeah.
losing you, it was like, "Okay, let's give her, a higher position so that way we keep her for longer." If
Oh,
that
I
makes
love
sense.
that. You know I love doing work for the Peach Bar.
God. Okay, next question.
All right, how do you decide when to step in as the owner versus letting the manager handle it? That's honestly such a good question because I still get confused sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's very hard for me. I am very much a control freak.
Hmm.
Um very, very much so. And I feel like I still struggle with stepping back and letting you control it just because all those questions do still come my way. Um
Yeah.
and I don't even know how to answer that because I feel like I'm still struggling in that way. I think once we lost Jesse and then Angie came in and then the whole chaos
Yeah.
with Angie,
Yeah.
made me want to be like full force on top of everyone again. But I
I
think
get
I
that.
trust you more and more with like certain stuff. Like I feel like you have like I said before, you have free control to do what you want. If you
Hmm.
feel as though you want to waive a fee, hey Erica, I waive this fee. This is why I waive the fee. You don't have to
Yeah.
ask me anymore. I feel like you
Yeah.
ask me, which makes me want to like be on top of you. But I feel like if you're just like, hey Erica, client came in with her kid, I decided to waive the fee, blah blah, then I trust you. Or hey, let's just say Kayla came in out of uniform. I sent her home. I'm splitting up the front desk. Like I trust you now to make those
Yeah.
decisions. You just have to let me know what you did.
No, yeah, I get that. I feel
Yeah.
like sometimes I'm like, oh, like, should I respond to this or like, should I like leave Erica to that one? Because it's like, I feel like I'm still like learning, like, I feel like just like the right way to like go about like certain things. Because
Yeah.
like some of the like the messages, I'm like, oh, I actually like don't know. But I feel like I gotta like put myself like more into the situation and like think of what you would do.
Yeah. But also I feel like sometimes I think we're both the same way. Like we'll both see
Hmm.
the message and I'm waiting for you to reply, but then you're waiting for me to reply.
No, because that
You get
happens
what I mean?
every time. Or like I'll be going to like respond and I'm like, I already see Erica's bubbles in the chat. I'm like, I'm just
Yeah.
not responding
And
anymore.
then sometimes I'll delete my bubble and I'm like, okay, let Faith answer this. And then you don't answer, and then I'm like,
And then
wait,
I delete
okay,
my
let me.
bubble. What's something you've learned about leadership by watching me manage the team day to day?
I think uh, it's hard because I think, like, even on our last podcast, I think what everyone's struggling with is like your bubbly personality and they don't know
Yeah.
when to be serious and when not to be serious. So
Hmm.
I think, like, from you, I'm learning to take a step back and not be friends with everyone anymore.
Yeah.
Like, because I
Yeah.
see how they are with you. So then now I'm taking a step back and I just don't want to do like, I really stopped doing team bonding. I really stopped
Hmm.
doing like dinners just because I feel like no one was respecting me as an owner. So I think
Yeah.
watching them how they treat you is now like how, because like even like there's like things that happened on Saturday, they ran and told me, but then when you ask them today, they're like, "Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
I
that
was
didn't
just
happen."
like,
I'm like, bro, I got a whole text. Like, what do you mean that didn't happen?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, no. I feel like when I have them for like one-on-one meetings, like it's more like respect in that way.
hmm
Like they're like, "Oh, like wow, like she's serious. Like we're in the
yeah,
office now." So I feel like if
but
I just like,
it sucks because you have to take them to the office versus them just
yeah,
listening to you the first time. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah,
But
and
I
I feel
think
like
they still struggle to listen to me half the time. So
yeah, no, honestly,
that's why I'm always
sometimes
yelling
they
at
don't
them.
have ears. Sometimes they act like they don't have ears, guys.
They don't have anything. What's one red flag and one green flag you look for when training the new front desk? Because I think
Okay.
training and hiring is so like, how do you get like people in that you trust and
Yeah.
stuff? What is a red flag? What is a green flag?
Green flag is definitely like when they're confident. I like when honestly, a green flag is when they ask me a lot of questions. I feel
Yeah,
like everyone I train, I'm like, please, like, ask as many questions as you want, because I rather them know all the answers than just sit there and then, like, me just showing them and then they have no questions, because that could just be like, they're saying they understand, but like, they really don't. And
exactly.
I'm like, guys, like, just ask away. I think, yeah, green flag, asking like questions and being confident. Red flag, let's see. For like front desk, a red flag is just like how you're like greeting clients and how you're talking to them. Like they need to
Okay.
have like that personality for that, like that bubbly personality. Like even me, like when I first started, I did not have a bubbly personality, guys. I will tell you that
No,
right now.
you were
We had to get that out of me.
you were dumber
But
than a doorknob.
yeah, no, I had like the way I would talk like to clients, I would just be like, okay, have a great day.
It's that I told you, it's the European in you. You have very like a European, like stern, like Polish kind of attitude
Yeah, and
with
my voice, I
no
feel like it's
disrespect.
not. My voice isn't like high pitched, so like I can't
No,
sound bubbly off the bat, so I need to like switch that. But then another red flag, I feel like what I said before was like the lack of urgency.
yeah,
Like I like when people like are on top and also like time management. Like they need to be on top of their stuff. They need to like finish on time. That's also like a green flag, like when they're good with timing and on top of things.
yeah. I feel like that's when I'm doing the interviews, that's exactly what I look for.
Yeah.
Like I go through everything and then I'm like, okay, how did you hear about the Peach Bar? And if they never did their homework on the Peach Bar, I'm like on to the next because like if you can't take 1 second to type in the Peach Bar, then
Yeah.
like who are you? And
No,
then
literally.
I think green flag is like when they're asking me like questions like, okay, what does a day today look like for a front desk? Like what do we do when we open? Like close? Like I
Yeah.
love those questions because it makes me feel like, okay, like you
Like
might fit in. Like you know what
you're
I
actually
mean? So I think that's hard.
interested. No, yeah.
Yeah. What's been your proudest manager moment so far at the Peach Bar? Like what was your
Um,
like your aha, like I fucking got this.
I feel like when like meetings, like when I held like the first like two meetings or like the
Yeah.
first meeting, I was so scared, but I feel like I did pretty good. I feel like now I'm like way more like used to it. Cause like, you know, like you do have to like switch to be like stern like with them to like actually make them understand you. But I would
Yeah.
definitely say like the meetings. I was just like, wow. I was like,
I
I
know
ate that.
your first meeting, you were like kind of nervous.
I was
And then the
very
second
nervous.
one, I let you do all by yourself. And I just like,
Yeah.
I was standing in the back, like saying little things. And then when I think Kayla came up to you after the meeting and she's like that to you.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you're like, I did it. I did it. And I think that was like okay, it's
All right.
hard. It's really hard. I feel like
It is.
I say this all the time. We pay people to babysit them. And I just wish
Mhm.
everyone comes in like ready to put their best foot forward. Like I
No, yeah,
generally don't feel like
exactly.
we should be micromanaging or, getting on top of them for cleaning a room and stuff like
Mhm.
that because they're the first ones to
Yeah.
complain when the room isn't clean. So why are you leaving it not clean for someone else?
Exactly. Exactly. Like it's like crazy that we even have to like check after them.
Yeah.
Like they should all know by now, but yeah.
Yeah.
You always talk about how the Peach Bar standard, how do you define that in your eyes?
It's okay. So to me, the Peach Bar standard, when I first created the Peach Bar, I wanted a woman only salon that
Mm,
wasn't European Wax Center. I worked for
yeah,
European. I know what it's like to be a machine. And that's why I was like so understanding with people. Like, okay, what's your time? How fast can you do it? How this, how that? And that's how I came up with my times. But it's also, I feel like the Peach Bar standard is just womanhood, like girls, girls,
yeah,
true definition of girls, girls. Like, I got you as much as you got me, right? Like,
yeah.
when you're there, I don't ever leave you by yourself. Like, okay, Faith, like, like, even though I'll be like, I'm leaving, bye. I
She
always
ends
like
up
stay,
staying.
yeah, I always stay because like
Yeah,
I don't want to leave you by yourself. And I feel like it doesn't hurt to help each other out. So I think like
yeah,
when it comes to the Peach Bar standard, it's just the definition of girls, girls.
yeah.
That's it.
Let me
Like
help you.
exactly. You need help with a TikTok, helping you with a TikTok. You don't know how to pull the strip off? Let me teach you how to pull the strip off. You need help slaying brows? Okay. Maybe Jeanette does better brows than me, so maybe Jeanette could give you some tips or tricks.
Yeah,
And I think that's what it was before. And now I'm like trying to reinstill that. But it's just so hard when girls just talk shit 24/7. Like
yeah,
we have so many girls who talk shit about each other and all this stuff. And then you check
yeah.
on their stories and you're like, oh, you were just hanging
Best.
out together.
Yeah,
Bestie,
no, it's
bestie.
very like there's like the good side of like girlhood, but then, working with all women, there's also that, little catty side. All right, what do you think makes our culture different from other waxing centers?
Uh, I think I think working for the owner, and I generally don't take a lot of shit serious. Like I have such a
Yeah.
dry sense of humor that it's crazy because in person my girls love me, but texting me
Mhm.
my girls hate me. And I don't know what it is. They say like I'm more stern, I guess, in text message, but
Yeah.
in person I'm like a ball. So I think that's what it is. Like we generally don't take it serious. Like it's just
Yeah.
waxing the vagina, guys. Like
Exactly.
there's no hate, there's no anything. You could be plus size, medium size, Jesse
Mhm.
size, me size, like big fat hoo ha's, small little hoo ha's. Like it's
Yeah.
just a hoo ha. We're gonna wax you. You're coming in, you're venting about your day as much as the waxers vent about their day, and you go out. Like that's it. Like it's
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
Yeah, no, I feel like European is very just, I don't know.
Crazy, right?
Easy. I don't know. I went there. But we
Well,
don't
now,
need.
I mean, now they came out with like, now they're allowed to do TikToks and stuff. So they coming for you guys. Just saying. How do you teach the team to maintain professionalism while still showing your personality with clients?
Okay, I feel like the big thing is like for front desk, like you don't want to come off as like robotic, like you're like
Yeah,
a robot, like you know what I mean. Like some places, like I'll walk into like, and I'm just like, it just sounds like so forced. You know what I mean? So I feel like tell them like to honestly just like read the room
yeah,
realistically, like leave your personality when you're like greeting clients and everything, but also like remain professional. Like you don't have to like say it a certain way, like say it how you like talk normally, like but don't act like a robot either. You know
correct.
what I mean? Also like once they hear that like door chime, like they know to just like all right, like conversation like over. Like I feel like they need to just like read the room. Like whenever there's no clients in, like by all means talk about like whatever you want. But like don't be a robot and like just keep your
Yeah.
personality, but just like be nice. I feel like it's like not that hard.
I think that's one thing that our girls are lacking is like that niceness, but also
Mhm.
recognizing like the clients too. Like, hey girl, like
Yeah.
change your hair or let me see those nails, stuff like that. Because
Yeah,
that goes a long way. And I feel
it
like
does.
that's what we're missing. Thank you for listening to this episode of Peaches and Tea. We'll be back again next week with Faith to
Yes,
finish
we
up these
will.
questions.
Have fun.